Houston Texans on the road at the Cleveland Browns. This has now moved to 3.5. You could have found threes yesterday. Trust me, I know because I took it. I paid the expensive 3 on the Browns and feel very, very good about it. This seems like the absolute perfect spot for the Browns here, Brett. They were, losing OBJ, but then they were able to go on bye, so they're able to figure out how they want to run this offense moving forward without OBJ. They get Nick Chubb back, who, as we know, this offense just was not the same without him out there. That's not an indictment on Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt is good, but Nick Chubb just brings a different element and different dynamic to this offense as well. And we know what this Texans team is. It is a bad defense that you are able to attack any which way you want to. And so I actually really, really like this Browns team here. I know you and I have probably lost every Browns bet we've ever made on this podcast, but I'm willing to lose another one. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm with you. This is the other big win game of the week. I'm looking at sustained wins at 25 miles per hour, gusts around 40. So this is going to look a lot like 2 weeks ago, where the Browns were actually bad in those conditions against the Raiders. But this is the Houston Texans, and Cleveland, it looks like they're going to get Nick Chubb back. Wyatt Teller, who's been really the biggest loss in that running attack, could return to the lineup this week. Remember, this was the most dominant run game in the NFL for the first quarter of the season. And for the year, the Browns are running the ball at a 50% clip at 5 yards a carry versus a Texans team that runs the ball below 40% of the time at fewer than 4 yards per carry and will likely be without their RB1 this week. So with this run unit for the Browns mostly back intact, I think they're going to have a sizable advantage in these conditions. And can the Texans move the ball through the air, through the wind against this Browns pass defense? Normally, yeah, they should be able to. The Browns secondary has been awful this year, but in these conditions, that's the question. And Houston's been one of the better passing attacks in the NFL this season. You take away their ability to hit these splash plays like they did last week, it limits what they do well on offense. So I'm with you. I'm on the Browns. I would have liked to get it at 2.5. I don't have it in my account yet. Even at 3.5, though, I do like that number. If there is any resistance, we can get this at 3. I love that. But even at 3.5, I'm with you on the Browns.
Yeah, I'm looking here, 47.5 on the total in this thing. Like I said, I bought the 3 yesterday. Glad I did, as it moved to 3 and a hook today. But everything points. Look, I mean, not that David Johnson's been a world beater or anything. He's going to be out with a concussion. They're going to have to go to Duke Johnson, and look, Duke Johnson's not a scat back by any stretch of the imagination, but we just don't know if he can handle every down work in the NFL because no one's giving him the opportunity, right? I mean, like we have no idea whether he can handle every down work because everybody's just used him as the gadget back, as the third down back, and so we'll see. I suspect that he would be able to do all right, but again, we have no evidence to one way or the other. So, Brad, I am. This is one of the ones that I'm actually fairly heavy on so far this week. Is the Browns at home here in this one? What say you?
Yes, I like the Browns as well. I am not yet on board. I was trying to get the normal 3, and I've missed it. So I'm just waiting for now to see if it comes back to the 3. Yeah, it's pretty much in line with you guys. I mean, this wind. If there was no wind, I would back the Texans plus the 3, but it just nullifies exactly what they do well. And then so you got as Brett said, you got the Browns with a better run D, the better run O, but they've also got the better run defense. Houston have got the 28th ranked rush defense by Football Outsiders DVOA. With Wyatt Teller in there, the Browns are over 6 yards per carry this year. And just remember, a few weeks back, they ran all over those Indianapolis Colts who just who've been very impressive the last few weeks. So I think they're getting healthy in the run game at the perfect time. They've got the perfect matchup, perfect conditions. So that said, I'm still waiting for the 3 because if it is more low scoring than expected, I don't want it to come down to a field goal and I'll lose my bet. So I'm going to wait to see if it comes back, and if it does, I will take it.
Yeah, no beat writer ever comes out and is like, oh yeah, he looks like garbage. But if you believe the beat writers, they were saying that Nick Chubb looked like week 1 Nick Chubb at practice this week, like that he is fully healthy, 100%, the whole 9 yards. Again, you never have a beat writer come out and be like, oh yeah, he came back to practice and he looked like garbage today. Like they never say that, but anyway, if you want some narrative here on Nick Chubb, they supposedly Nick Chubb looks like week 1 Nick Chubb out there and everything is perfectly fine with him. So we'll take that for kind of like what we're trying to do. We'll say that's all right. That supports what I'm trying to back here.